Some players in NFL history stand out for their jaw-dropping stupidity and cringe-worthy execution. In this video, we'll explore the dumbest plays that serve as reminders of the unpredictable nature of the game and the odd errors in judgment that even the best players can experience. They are frequently carved into memory for all the wrong reasons. Stick with us to the end of the video to witness together these dumb moments. Number 10. Tim Tebow loses 29 yards on a sack. December 18, 2011. On December 18, 2011, Tim Tebow encountered a difficult situation in a crucial and intense moment during an NFL game that would go down in history as one of the most iconic and unique plays in sports. Tebow came under intense pressure from the opposing defense as the game progressed. As his options became restricted, as the pocket compressed around him, he eluded an attempted sack using his quick reflexes and agility. However, a shocking chain of events then occurred. Tebow made a choice that seemed unconventional and even perplexing to onlookers, choosing not to take the safer option or toss the ball away. He chose to take a path that appeared to send him in the opposite direction toward his own end zone, instead of advancing forward or throwing the ball away. The yards lost started to mount as he moved farther and farther from the line of scrimmage. When the play was through, Tebow had lost an incredible 29 yards. The play put him in a hazardous position, needing an unlikely 45-yard pass to get a first down. Number 9. DeSean Jackson drops ball before end zone. April 26, 2008. DeSean Jackson made a mistake by releasing the ball before it reached the end zone. Yet it's difficult to call it a celebration as he wasn't actually taunting or dancing. In the second quarter of the Cowboys-Eagles Monday Night Football game, Jackson had just caught a bomb from Donovan McNabb and was racing into the end zone unharmed when he released the trigger too hastily. Number 8. Marcus Cooper fumbles ball at 1-yard line, September 24, 2017. In the final play of the first half of an early season interconference game at Soldier Field, Marcus Cooper showed a flash of brilliance when he went the other way with no one to beat after retrieving the ball following a blocked field end zone attempt. Around the 10-yard line, a strange choice was made. Cooper suddenly slowed down, moving from a run to a nearly leisurely stroll. Fans, analysts, and other players were all shocked after the choice, unable to understand the abrupt shift in attitude. As Cooper's pace slowed, Vance McDonald of the Pittsburgh Steelers pounced on the opportunity to make a game-changing play. He was being pursued by Vance McDonald, who caught up to him and forced a fumble at the 1-yard line. Unfortunate events caused the ball's trajectory to change, sending it into the end zone before it crossed the line. Number 7. Jim Marshall runs the wrong way. October 25, 1964. Jim Marshall recovers a fumble and carries it all the way to the wrong end zone. It's hard to think of anything that's more embarrassing than this. On October 25, 1964, the Vikings were up 27-17 with a game in San Francisco. When the 49ers fumbled the ball in their own end zone, Vikings defensive end Jim Marshall recovered it. It appeared that the game was already won. Marshall began by sprinting endlessly and by himself toward his own end zone. Marshall was unaware of what was happening, as evidenced by the play-by-play announcer's disbelieving statement that Marshall is running the wrong way, thinks he scored a touchdown. Marshall walked into his end zone alone and threw the ball casually in joy. San Francisco received 2 points from the officials for safety. Number 6. Jacoby Myers just gave the Las Vegas Raiders the win versus the New England Patriots, October 30, 2022. Ramondre Stevenson of the New England Patriots rushed into Las Vegas Raiders territory on what appeared to be the final play of regulation, with the score tied at 24 on Sunday. Instead of falling, he flipped it to Myers. Myers turned around and began moving backwards because he didn't have a rushing path in front of him. Eventually, he released a long lateral in the direction of quarterback Mac Jones. A struggling Mac Jones was knocked to the ground by Chandler Jones of the Raiders, who then ran the remaining distance for an incredible touchdown to end the game. Number 5. The punt by Matt Dodge at the New Meadowlands that sparked a miracle, December 19, 2010. The punt by Matt Dodge at the New Meadowlands that sparked the miraculous outcome. DeSean Jackson returned a punt by Matt Dodge for a touchdown as time expired during a game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants on December 19, 2010, giving the Eagles a 38-31 victory. With just a few seconds left, the Eagles would have very likely kneeled because of that. Instead, the rookie punter Matt Dodge confounded the football world by kicking a line drive right at DeSean Jackson, one of the most dangerous players in the game. A touchdown by the Eagles over the Giants, who missed the playoffs by 1 game, would award them the division title 18 seconds after Jackson entered the end zone. Number 4. Mark Sanchez's butt fumble against Patriots, November 22, 2012. Mark Sanchez, the quarterback for the New York Jets, fumbles the ball against the New England Patriots on Thanksgiving Day 2012 on November 22nd. Mark Sanchez faced the most embarrassing of ways after colliding with a teammate, offensive lineman Brandon Moore. Early in the second quarter, the Patriots and Tom Brady had just scored to establish a 14-0 lead, so the Jets needed to answer. Sanchez took the snap on a 1st and 10 situation and turned to hand the ball off, but no one was present. Sanchez twisted the opposite way during the play, which was supposed to be a handoff to the fullback Lex Hilliard. In his state of panic, Sanchez decided to run the ball up the middle. He stumbled after colliding with his guard, Brandon Moore. Sanchez makes one final attempt to grab the ball as it bounces. However, in a cosmic rejection of Sanchez, the Jets, and possibly even the idea of mercy, the ball one-hops straight to Gregory, who picks it up and returns it for a touchdown, giving the Patriots a 21-0 lead in the second quarter. Number 3. Brandon Marshall lateral, 2015. A Sunday afternoon's Jets-Eagles game included a really ridiculous play by Jets wide receiver Brandon Marshall. Ryan Fitzpatrick's ball was intercepted by Marshall in the second quarter when his team was down 17-0. Defenders for the Eagles tackled him after he gained the first down, but he wasn't quite prepared for the play to end. Marshall attempted to pass the ball to Jeff Cumberland, a teammate and tight end, after spotting him behind him. Of fact, neither Jeff nor Brandon had any idea that the ball was headed in their direction. Instead, the ball bounced off an Eagle player's helmet and fell to the ground, where linebacker Jordan Hicks of the Eagles picked it up and returned it 11 yards. Number 2. Dan Orlovsky runs out of the back of the end zone, October 20th, 2015. This is the dumbest play if you want one. Dan Orlovsky, the quarterback for the Detroit Lions, attempted to throw the ball while under pressure against the Minnesota Vikings by running out of the back of the end zone. Thus, the Vikings earned 2 points. But what made it even more dumb was that he appeared to be unaware that he was outside the end zone for a while. Number 1. Colts' 4th down trick play goes horribly wrong, October 18, 2015. One of the worst play calls in NFL history has to be this one. What did they have in mind? They were up against the Patriots, a squad with a strong special teams unit. Did they really believe they could get the first down? During the third quarter of their game against the New England Patriots on October 18, 2015, the Indianapolis Colts did something peculiar. More exactly, the Colts attempted a strange move during the third period of the game, and ultimately did nothing. The unusual happening started when the Colts special team squad entered the field on 4th and 3 at their own 37-yard line for what seemed to be a punt. Everything appeared to be going according to plan, until the sudden shift signal was delivered, which forced everyone, aside from wide receiver Griff Whalen and safety Colt Anderson, to one side of the field. This was allegedly done to get New England off their game. When it didn't succeed though, Whalen and Anderson attempted a play of their own, in which Anderson rushed directly into a group of unblocked tacklers. These plays serve as crucial reminders that the NFL is a very unpredictable and competitive arena, even though they're terrible to watch for both players and fans. Every player, from Super Bowl champs to up-and-coming stars, has the potential to get into trouble. These instances also demonstrate athletes' resiliency and capacity to pick themselves up, move on from their errors, and keep putting in their best efforts.